Back in 2019, Amber started getting headaches and she was sick with them. So other than that, she was kind of well, so it seemed a little bit odd. And I took her to the doctors, and the doctors were really good, and they said maybe they're just childhood migraines. She went to school and was sick again. So I went back to the doctors and said, I tell you what, let's send her for an eye test. I didn't realise that that was going to show actually that she had the brain tumour. So my name is Amanda Sheehy, and I am the co-founder of Amber's Army.
So I'm John Sheehy. I am the chair and founder of Amber's Army. We met through friends on a night out.
He was funny, charming, first kind of guy that was really, really lovely to me.
Obviously, Amanda fell in love with me. I did the same in return, and happily ever after.
So we did always want children together.
So Amber, before her diagnosis, was a bubbly, energetic, lively little girl.
Similar to her dad, really. Funny, caring.
Quite a madam.
Cheeky, really cheeky. But she's my little best friend.
When we first found out about a diagnosis, it was quite a shock because there wasn't any sort of telltale signs.
The nurses played with Amber and then took me away and said, she's definitely got a mass on her brain. You're going to need to go to Addenbrooke's. So waited to tell John. I had to tell John on the telephone, which was awful.
Finding that out is something that, it knocks you for six because you never think it'll happen to you.
And then got to Addenbrooke's. All the children had bald heads. And I was just like, oh my God, where are we? What are we doing?
We quickly accepted it.
But really from the start, we were just so positive. The operation to remove it was the following Friday, and so we left the hospital and went straight to Germany. Max came. We had, in and amongst the treatment, a really nice time and made lots of memories in Germany. Max basically went from a little boy to a man pretty much overnight.
So although you try to protect your other children throughout of it, he didn't want that protection.
When Amber was first diagnosed, my wonderful friend Kate set up Amber's Army. It wasn't a charity. All our friends and all our family did events while we were in Germany, basically just ploughed us for thousands of pounds so that we could do everything that we wanted to when she was poorly. And then when she was better, we continued. We decided to set up the actual registered charity at the same time Amber was at the hospice.
It's one of the things that we considered was where the gaps were within other charities from our experience. So the three key areas that we selected really were emotional support, being able to have a signposting service. And the third was, no matter what the memory may be, that we would support creation of those memories so that they've got something to keep hold of.
Young Lives versus Cancer are a charity who have social workers, and when your child is diagnosed with cancer for the first time, you're assigned a social worker. Our referrals predominantly come from them, but also they can come from families themselves. They can self-refer.
We also then considered alongside that a motto that sat behind Amber's Army that felt close to our own hearts. Creating rainbows in the darkest of days is what we ended up with. A little bit of to and fro-ing over quite how it would be worded.
This is a rainbow that Amber created when she was at the Nook. And this rainbow is actually the rainbow that's in everything that we do on our pin badges, on our website. And this is where the Creating Rainbows in the Darkest of Days came from, because this is one of essentially her last paintings that she did. And then this one is another favourite because this is the day that she went on stage with Tom Grennan. So it's my best kind of last memory with Amber, when she was really, really well. I think she was clear from what we know, of cancer for about a year, just under a year. But then we had another scan and they said it's come back. She could have chemo to prolong her life, but ultimately her cancer was back and it was terminal. So that was in April 2022, and then she passed in January 2023.
It was an hour before her 9th birthday, so she didn't wait for her 9th. Lots of people say that time's a healer. That's not true. What does happen is you learn how you fill that silence that's in the home. And for us, it was a case of how do we fill our time? Well, we fill our time by creating the charity.
It gives me a chance to talk about Amber all the time openly. I constantly tell my story to kind of keep her name alive, I think, is the thing. Our big fundraisers are Amberfest, which is in the summertime. It's a big festival for families to come and enjoy. And then another big event is our ball, and we hold that for about 320 guests. So that's a huge fundraiser that we have once a year as well.
We look forward to 2025 too.
We've got a Christmas tree festival. It's a little event in our village in Horsford. Obviously, when Amber passed, John and I we don't really want to particularly celebrate Christmas anymore. So we felt that this might be the easiest way for us to kind of get into the Christmas spirit.
I knew Amber from school. And then sadly when Amber died, Amanda and John asked me if I would take the funeral service, which was an absolute privilege to do. She was joyous, she was a smiler.
You'll see when you go back out of the village that our local pub, they have a banner up all the time with her picture on, and everybody in Horsford says when they leave the village they just say goodbye to Amber, which is, I just think is really sweet because it just means she's always around. Sometimes you find that your friends can support you, but if they haven't lost a child or they haven't had a poorly child, they never will completely get it. I like to let the parents know that I've been through what they're going to be going through, so I totally understand. If they want to scream, rant, or just talk about normal stuff, I get it.
You can have anyone with any qualifications, any doctors. That doesn't fill the gap of being able to have a chat and a coffee with another parent who's actually lost their child, so knows that journey.
I think it makes them realise that they're not alone.
Because you're not going to know what to do in that situation, and you shouldn't know, but it's making sure that you reach out and try and get the support that you need to help you along the way.
My name is Aida Raffles. Our eldest is Berenguer and the youngest is Gifre. And the diagnosis was a brain tumor, medulloblastoma.
And my name is Jaume. I'm the dad.
He was kind of being sick, looking terribly bad and tired. We managed an appointment with a GP and he said he looks really dehydrated. I make you a letter to go to A&E. So we went to A&E and he couldn't walk on a straight line. He was like a drunk man, on the streets, like wobbling.
And then I think it was a week after that, Ida called me, he's vomited again. I think I'm going to take him to A&E.
And the lady was like, come to the next room. And we hold Berenguer. And then they show you the pictures saying, we found a mass on his brain. For Gifre it was also like a big shock to see his brother like that. Yeah, they're very close and happy to play. When we decided to move to Norfolk, that's I think a bit related to the relapse. Because the approach we took in life when Berenguer relapsed was that We took them both out of school. One day through Instagram, I just saw a post like, cancellation last minute in a Shepherd's Hut, half price. And I told him like, let's just go for the weekend. We've never been there. It was near Wyndham. And oh my gosh, that place was magical. Throughout the whole thing, I think we managed to do a lot of good memories because that was our goal. Like, let's make memories, let's have fun. We went on a half-term holiday with the camper van to Wales, and on the way back was like, we have to do it because when we are in a place like outdoor countryside, we are all better, we all happier, we all more calm.
So they stayed at home. I went after work on a Friday evening. I came up to Norfolk, and then I came Saturday morning to visit this house. And the minute I stepped in, it's like, it's always like in a film. I said to the lady of the agency, like, if you have any other appointments today, you can just cancel them. Like, what do you mean? Like, we'll take it.
Since we moved here, our support, first it was through Young Lives versus Cancer, which they guide you to different organizations. And honestly, now the main support we have is from Amber's Army. She asked me to meet in a garden center nearby. I remember her bringing like a big Lego box and a craft box for the kids. I found comfort in talking to her because I know what she's been through. Amanda, the person, I have no words. I don't know how she's doing what she's doing. And it's like, wow, it's like an example. It's like, yeah.
Extraordinary would be the word that I would use.
Yeah. We could say he's clear for now. We don't like to say it because we've said it before. Cancer, you don't know, and they keep saying that this sort of tumor hides within the folds of the brain. So even though maybe you don't see it in the scan, maybe it is there, and next time it will pop like popcorn. I always ask him like, "How do you feel, Berenguer? You think it's gonna be there?" I know he can know, but the time he said, "I think it's back," it was back. So. Within me, something knows that he feels it, and now he keeps telling me that he has no cancer. So it's a little hope I hold on to.
My name is Stacey Buttle. I have 3 children. My eldest is Riley Buttle. My middle one is Corey Buttle and Kayla Buttle. Kayla rules the roost in this house. I don't think even I have the outright say. Kayla does. She was full of life, sassiness, laughing. Kayla has lost part of that confidence. She woke up in the morning and was like dragging her leg behind her, absolutely inconsolable. And she wasn't a child that was ever inconsolable. And we went to A&E, and at that point they didn't know what they were looking for because it was only when Kayla walked was she in pain. They pulled me into a room and said, "Look, we don't actually know what's the matter with your child, but we're now looking at cancer." Kayla's diagnosis is high risk stage 4 neuroblastoma. She just took it all in her stride. She laughed the whole way through. The journey's affected us by lots of different things. The basics would be financially. When you're in hospital, you've got to cater to Kayla's needs. I have a house to run. I've got 2 other children and a husband. Like, our bills don't change. So financially, the impact has been horrendous. Emotionally, me being away from my kids, missing sports nights, missing awards things that they've had, missing their plays, and also Kayla not having her dad and her siblings around her all the time because of the stays in hospital. She loves her brothers to pieces. There's a lot of charities out there that branch out, what can we do for Kayla? But what about the other two? The word cancer is a scary prospect for anybody, let alone children. So we did fundraising for Kayla to get her to a trial abroad. We hit the ground running just to get whatever money we could. There's been ups and downs the whole way through. The hardest, it's the last week.
Do you want to start from?
No, you're fine. Last week, we've been told that the treatment's not working. So we've got very little options left, and she's not going to survive. Although we relapsed before, we always had that hope that there was going to be something out there that was going to be our miracle. Not so much now. There's still hope, there's still drive, we're still doing things, but they're not as good as what we've already tried. So that's probably, for me, the hardest point of not giving up, but knowing you're going to have to give up eventually. So I met Amanda when we were starting to campaign to raise money for Kayla. She was showing her support of like our journey, where we were. She wanted to know about Kayla. She wanted to turn up with a bag full of goodies for the kids. She said the siblings are just as important as Kayla is. They need to have their treats, their special things. And, you know, the charity Amanda phones me up, just checking in, like two friends having a coffee. There's not many other charities out there that are picking up the phone, phoning people up just for coffee. Even when Amber was going through her final time, Amanda still checked in with me. I met Amber a couple of times. She's just like a mother. Amanda and John done her proud, and still do her proud to this day.
The significance of the work that we do can only be judged and evaluated by those receiving it.
I think Amber's Army is a special charity because they not just support the child going through it, it's about the whole family. They don't leave anyone out, even the pets.
Her and John are just the most kindest, loveliest, genuinely lovely, genuinely care. And I mean, this charity is something different. I don't know another one like it. I honestly don't.
My perspective of life and love has definitely changed. You just appreciate such tiny things that people just take for granted.
Do you have a message for anyone who's experiencing a situation like this?
Try and always be positive and have no regrets. And that's what John and I always said, have no regrets.